Hey, what's up, family? I want to show you guys a trick, and let's see how many of you pick it up without me telling you what to look for. Check it out. Did you see it? Let's try that again. For those of us who didn't catch it, the background here turned a completely different shade of blue. How is that possible? Well, what you saw was my auric field. Yes, my auric field extends all the way back to that wall, through the ceiling, through this wall, and beneath me. Because our auric field can be as high and wide as 40 feet and taller. We're kind of like in our own sphere of energy, like an orb, I guess you would say. So when we are alone and we sense someone coming behind us or coming into our energy before we actually see them, that's because there is a meeting of orb or our auric field before we actually see the person, proving once again that there's far more to us than meets the eye. Now, I get many requests from you guys asking that I share more of my earlier astral projection experiences, and I don't mind doing this at all because I know that many of us are just starting to wake up, and I share my earlier astral projection experiences to kind of tie it to my thought process now versus then, so that you guys can see what the process or get an idea of what I was thinking and what I was going through at the time versus where I am now. So let me tell you guys about an astral projection experience that I had by accident, and I'm only using that for lack of a better word to explain this particular incident, because they really are no accidents. I was simply remembering and putting the pieces back to what I had always known. I had this astral projection experience. This happened in 2001. I had a very good friend at the time who has since made his transition out of here, who was going to Alcoholic Anonymous. They had a substance abuse situation, and I went as personal moral support. And there was this particular young lady there who captured my attention. One of the first reasons why she captured my attention is because she looked a lot like Oprah Winfrey. And the other thing that captured my attention was how comfortable she appeared to be in her skin. She was an empowered lesbian. She was very masculine in her presentation. She was cut her head, very short hair, wore men clothing, and kind of intimidating looking. And I would find myself really tuning into her vibration, but at that time it was more of like a fascination, but I think I was unconsciously taking in more than what I should have been. So I would say about the third AA meeting that I had gone to support my friend, this particular night I went to bed not really thinking much about this lady, but I went to bed, and no more than being asleep for about 3 hours, I was awakened to the typical vibration, the pressure. Next thing you know it, I'm out. And when you have an astral projection experience, for those of us who have never experienced it, you are acutely aware that You are coming up and out of your body. It's very real. There's no mistaking it for a dream. And to really get it, you have to experience it. So I had to go back because many of you guys are asking, how do you know you're not dreaming? You have to experience it to know. I've been dreaming all of my life. I know the difference between a dream and something different. But anyway, coming back to the story, I'm sorry. My thought process is linear and non-linear. It's just the way I go, and hopefully I don't lose you guys too much. So suddenly I find myself in this blacker than black void, and I started just moving forward in this blacker than black void, and about 10 feet away from me, I see this cloud, a white cloud, but in this cloud was like a club scene, and there were people. The people in the scene was transparent. So naturally, that's the only thing I could perceive within this blacker than black void. So I start floating towards it, and as I got closer, I sensed that there were steps within or connected to this particular image, or what looked like a mirage. And so I started walking, going up these steps, and as I got closer to this image, the layers, the scene started becoming more transfixed or more solid. Next thing I know it, I'm right in it in 3D, and confused in that moment because I'm thinking, wow, you know, this is pretty amazing. Where am I? What is this? What's going on? All the questions. And it was clearly a gay club scene. There were guys sitting around at tables talking. There were these guys were dancing with guys, women were dancing with women, and I was even more confused, like, what in the hell, how in the hell, you know. And so I look around trying to figure out where I am, and I see the young lady that I had seen in the AA meetings with my friend, and she noticed me, and she looked really pissed, and she came towards me, and she just shoved me. And when she shoved me, I felt like an electrical charge go through my body. At that time, my astral body felt very sensitive. Even when I touched something, or when someone touched me, it almost feels like a very like a soreness, but it's more like an electrical surge. But it feels just as solid, just as real. The only difference is the skin and everything about your form feels extra sensitive and a slight soreness to the touch. So when she shoved me, there was this surge of energy that went through me, and I came up off the ground and floated back and hit against the wall. And when I hit the wall, there was this surge of energy that rushed through me, and she started charging towards me. And then in that moment, I became fearful, and vibration shifted, and I was back in bed with my body, heart racing, and all this kind of stuff. And I was really trying to make sense of this. What was this about? What was this saying? And so when I went to the next AA meeting, she kept looking at me with this strange look. And you know, the person today would have just walked right up and said, hey, you know, was I in your dream last night, or was there something going on? But at the time, I was young to all of this. I was kind of somewhat still in a shell, and I was confused.